Good. Thank you. So let's listen to this. Next, maybe 25-30 minutes. Will it be very boring? 30 minutes you can spare? Okay. I can guarantee I will finish it by 25 minutes and I will give 5 minutes for your question answer. Okay? That's great. So let's see what is this all about. I need not to explain about this thing or the photograph of the great personality of our country who actually shaped up the future. Starting from the Chicago speech, all of you know, and then subsequently a century has passed, 100 years have passed, and we have passed also another 20-35 years. But then you see what has been relevant 135 years back, what he has said about the global faith and religion across the world is very much applicable in today's society, in today's life of our nation. So we take this opportunity to say our great reverend to this great person, and this is the foundation. So this is what is needed. We are talking about Vedantic perspective for a Viksit Bharat of 2047. What is the perspective? Is it only limited to the technology? Whether it is limited only to agriculture? Whether it is limited to only airlines, infrastructure, roads, or what it is? Let's see. But before that, how many of us know that this is our country? We all know this is our country. But do we know that this country has more than 150 language, which is spoken by almost more than 10,000 people? There is no other such country in the world. Right? So this is our country and we all love our country. We all want to remain within our country. And ultimately what you and I do for our daily work is contributing in some way or the other to the fortune of this country. Fortune is just like a pot. Your effort, your knowledge, your skill, all are putting fortunes in that pot of the country, which leads to the development or Viksit. So what is the visionary leadership which Swami Vivekananda used to talk about? He used to talk about competency, professional competency. All of you know this thing, these words are very much close to your marketing or MBA subjects, so all of you know, I don't need to explain it. Career self-reliance. Don't limit yourself, don't start thinking that after doing MBA, you will get a job. Dream for that one day I'll be a job creator. Then only you will be able to excel in your present job. Right? All of us must carry this, have this dream that one day we'll be able to employ 50, 100, 200, 2,000, 3,000, 30,000 people. That means shift your mind from just an employer to employee to employer. And then outstanding workplace leadership built upon the timeless philosophy. What are the core pillars? You know the pillar. The building is standing on certain pillars, holding it, the weight. So the core pillar is basically character building with active, modern, secular skills to mold individuals into outstanding human assets. Until unless you are created as an asset, if you are not an asset to the country, you become a little. That's the reason. And do you want to be an asset or a liability in our family? Asset. So does the country also. A country needs all of us to become an asset, not an liability, right? Let's see, how do we do that? First of all, what is the biggest mental block that we have? Let's talk now. It's not a lecture session or anything. What is the block? The biggest block is the fear. If I do this, this will happen. Should I do this? No. You you should not do that. This is right, this is wrong. There is nothing called right or wrong. It is all about winning and losing in your daily moments. If you think that this is the action I should take, which will lead me to a winning position, please do take. Don't think what will happen until unless you take risk. But if somebody says, please jump from 10th floor, I am going to protect you, don't do that. That is not a risk, that is called stupidity. Okay? So, this is one thing, master the fear, have self-faith, believe in yourself. Right? You are what you are. You are not described or decided or found based on what shirts you wear or what accessories you have or what brand of mobile phone you carry. Nobody looks at that. It doesn't give you a job in a multinational company or any good company or a good position. You are judged based on your aptitude, your skills, your knowledge, your personality, how you present yourself. Correct? And the third is develop an invincible personality, which means don't be fragile in the society that anybody and everybody can make a loose comment about you, about your nature, about your activities or habit. Don't try to collect certificate from anybody. 99.9% of the population, they spend their entire productive life in collecting certificate from people, from family, from father, from mother, from brother, from fiance, from husband, from wife. Those certificates have no meaning. If you are a good cook, you are a good cook. Right? If you take care of your parents, that is your obligation. You are supposed to take care of your parents. Because parents who have taken care of you from birth till where are you today? And where you will be together, tomorrow. So, don't expect that somebody will come and say, oh my dear friend, you have really taken care of your mother. Doesn't matter. Your mother remains mother and you remain son at the end of the day. Right? So, don't do this. Let's see what is the difference between Atman and economic self-reliance. Now we are going from Swamiji's fundamental principles of Vedanta, Atmanirbhar, how it is going to manifest and modify your life. Fueling the Atmanirbhar Bharat, the Vedic concept of Atman, you know that? What is Atman? Soul. Good. And this is different from one another. You won't find a Xerox copy of yourself anywhere in the world. Right? So this is what you are, your infinite self. That means teaches that all power is within you, not on the environment. The power is within you, and that's the reason for having self-belief and confidence. If you are not confident, it will be projected that you are very fragile. Right? Don't shy away. If you can speak in English, speak in English. If you can't speak in English, speak in the language in which you are comfortable. But talk with confidence, talk with sense. I may speak English, but I make absolutely nonsensical statements, doesn't make any difference. Right? Why English? Because that's a universal language in which the organization work. That's all. If somebody comes from a Bengali medium school, it doesn't mean that the person is inferior. Or somebody comes from Hindi medium school, doesn't mean that he is inferior. Or somebody stays in some remote village, right, where you don't have electricity, not much facilities, don't have so-called gym or not so-called parlor or spa, doesn't mean that he is out of the context. He's not suitable to the society or to the organization. It is the value that you carry with yourself, right? And the value comes from your soul. And what is this inherent potential? Inherent potential for India to become a global leader, citizens must believe in their innate capability to innovate and produce. All of you have the capacity to innovate, means you can create, right? Bold actions, so stand up, take the whole responsibility on your own shoulders and shape your destiny. Remember, the world is not there to listen to your cry. I have this problem, I don't have money, look at his phone, he has a better mobile, oh, he has purchased an iPhone. How does it going to matter? Right? So you remain a person with infinite potential. Remember that thing. A potential with which the universe walks, the world walks, you have that potential within yourself. The only thing a wise person can identify and apply those wisdom in their walk, and a stupid person, he doesn't understand his value in this world and therefore there is no application. And don't identify a person's knowledge and skill based on his background, caste, religion, the work he does. No. A person who takes you in your rickshaw to your institute, or the driver which drives a bus, public bus to your institute, remember that he also has a role to play in the development of the nation. Okay? A person who probably gives jhadu in the hospital or nursing home also can contribute, is contributing to the nation because he's trying to keep the hospital area free from infection or disease. So don't categorize this patient, this type of thing. Just because that I come from a family which has provided me the opportunity to learn, speak in English, mix with the society, and my friends have a different friend circle, that doesn't mean the other section of the people are all useless, worthless. This is what. They have equal values, if not more than you. So, now we are coming to a very interesting subject, AI. All of you know what is that? What is that? What is artificial? Huh? Okay, artificial and the human mind, you know. Now, exploring intelligence, consciousness and inherent power of spirit. What is mind? What is mind? Anybody can say? And where it is located? In the brain, okay. If I say it is in my knee, can you prove that it is in your brain and it is not in the knee? We can't. Because this is one thing which doesn't have any order. That's the unfortunate part. But this mind has huge capacity. Huge capacity. Why we say that the controlling mind is controlling everything of your life, right? And that's the reason it's the most difficult subject when a person develops mental health problem. Because if you have weak knee, right? If you have osteoarthritis, that means your knee is very weak, you can get it replaced. But can you replace a weak mind? That I get the mind of Professor Sir, and I think it is very good available in my, and let me transplant it with my mind, because I am, a bit of problem, mental problem. It's not possible. But if mind is there, it has huge, you can develop that mind as much as can possible. It is not bound by any elastic, that it's not a balloon that it will go up to a particular shape, after that it will burst. right? It is not a balloon, it is not a container, it is nothing. That means it is infinite. Finite means when you can give a shape to anything, correct? And what is this consciousness? That is another very difficult topic. What is consciousness?
So the ability to differentiate what is right and what is wrong.
Wonderful. All of you are saying what is absolutely correct. Consciousness means that I am here today. I am standing here, I am interacting with all of you, I am making new friends, I am seeing ma'am is sitting here, and I am seeing all of you are watching in your phone as if the Prime Minister has sent some message, important message, particular to you. So it is better to spend some time on the mobile while the lecture goes on. Right? So that's the consciousness. Now, self-luminous Atman. We talked about Atman, not the soul. Right? This soul doesn't need any torchlight. It doesn't need anything for you to identify that my soul is here or in the lake or in my... Anyway, few people say, "Iska dimag to ghutno mein hota." That means his brain is in the lake, right? From his behavior, right? But it is a self-luminous. That means there is an energy which it burns, which it generates, and which is utilized. Okay? No matter how complex, while AI calculates a pattern through consciousness, that is Chit, Chitto. You know the Bengali of Chit is Chitto, right? What is your soul? Okay? Atman. And non-material, non-computational, it is the eternal, unchanging witness that shines to the mind. Your soul is your mirror of your life. But unfortunate part, we can't see ourselves in that mirror of soul. It is only with the wisdom and all those old sages, munis and rishis, they used to see their soul. Right? But we don't have that skill, that wisdom, or that devotion or practice or hard work to see ourselves. So biggest challenge in this world is today to know yourself. And all religious book across all religion says only one thing: know yourself. Right? No matter how complex silicon-based computation becomes, it remains insentient matter. That means jada. It maintains. AI is nothing. It doesn't have life. You have put certain software, certain hardware, certain thing in a box, and you tell that please write a love letter for my fiancé. AI will write it the way you want. Somebody writes, "Oh, I have huge problem with my son, I want to punish him," or a teacher says, "I have to write a punishment letter to my student." Yeah, we'll do that. But it doesn't do it of its own. Whereas you do everything of its own. It will do what you command. Right? Now this is the difference. Your finger can touch a life. An AI, right? Including its robotic hand. Today, you know, if I have problem in the hand, I can transplant it, I can put a robotic hand. Yes. But robotic hand, there is still, it is going on research to put the sensory nerve. And you have seen recent discovery or recent experiment which Elon Musk has done with the people who suffer from dementia. You know dementia? Those who lose the memory, they are putting a Neuralink. That means a chip in the mind. And the mind will bring all the memories of the life. But how it works, you know? How? It is not that surgically you cut here and put a chip. It's not that. You have to put the chip, you put the chip, after that, a person in the clinic is shown all the photographs, old photographs, all his relationship, his wedding, how his children when they were small. So basically what he's doing through sensory nerve of the eyes, it is connecting to the neural link and recording the memory. You understand how it works? That is the thing. It will bring a revolutionary change in the quality of life for a dementia person. Because remember, a dementia person, the worst thing that happens, he forgets his address. Suppose he has gone to a market to purchase vegetable, he doesn't remember where is my address, how can I reach back my house. He forgets who is son. He forgets who is his wife or husband, children. That's the worst part. That is going to change the quality of life. Okay? But it is not replacing, again I am telling, the soul or the mind. How? We'll have a very small game, we'll show you how it works. So, what is basically, these are the two ways, if you can differentiate between AI and human consciousness, is basically one is silicon algorithm. It is a symbolic optimization of all your activities. It's a syntax, pattern matching, output optimization. It calculates statistical probability of next sequence without any intrinsic. Those who are using AI, after every reply or solution, do you want further on this? Tell me. So it starts like that. Whereas the Vedantic soul, the direct subjective experience. And human spirit, I put it in the bracket life. Don't limit it to the human. Life means all animals, plants, everything is capable of realization, which transcends verbal computation. There is a story, all of you know, one person every day used to go out and abuse, give lot of galagali in front of a tree. After some time, what happened? Look at that. That is called life. So that life has a realization which transcends to verbal computation. That means I can think, I can speak, what I think I can speak. A human life knowing its right, intuition, values and direct existential experience. Anubhuti. Right? That means your anubhuti means activation of your sensory nerve. AI doesn't have those sensory nerves. What AI has, that also I will explain it to you. The difference between a human brain and an AI. So let's see. The power of concentration. This is what you have. It is 100% you can put a focus. The mastery of attention, as Swamiji said, the difference between human mind and animal mind is only the difference in the degree of concentration. An animal also has a life, a human being also has a life. It is only the difference of concentration which makes them animal and which makes us human beings, right? While AI distributes focus to brute force, parallel processing and cluster, after there is one hint you give and you will get 1 million result. There is a brute force, huge cluster of human genius arises from single pointed concentration. That is ekagrata. That is what is needed. Right? Allowing access to the subconscious and superconscious reservoir of creativity. We can create. The other thing is that ethics. Very, very important question, and as a student or as a young generation who are deeply involved into AI, so this is one thing which is still debatable, whether AI can influence the values, the moral agencies or the spiritual evolution are safe from automation or not. You want to influence, ask AI to influence your value system, whether it will be able to do, whether it will be able to do or not. We'll just have a little experiment of 1 minute. Then, this is what also Swamiji says. As a human being, we are most fortunate because we have the freedom. If your life is absolutely automated, after some time, it will start getting sluggish. You understand? That means it will slow down your progress. So, mere automation is not going to help in any way. Rather, you may lose your freedom, and actually we have started losing our freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of speech, freedom of concentration, because everything we want AI to reply or give you a solution. Now, let us have a little bit of technical thing that how it is going to change, right? AI and the human mind, how the synthesis. Let us understand the anatomy. It is analyzing the foundational, physical and operational divergence between biological and artificial neural network. Your brain has neurons, right? Those who are science students, they know they have neurons and we all act through the neuron, all messengers, all activation, or all stimulus, all feelings goes through this neuron. So, whereas artificial intelligence, the same neurons is created, a mesh is created artificially, okay, and put in a box or on a chip. So, organic neurons communicating by highly variable chemicals. There are chemicals which act as a carrier between one neuron to other neuron. Consumes only 20 watts of power. Your brain only consumes 20 watts of power for whole entire day's activity. All you do. And it creates 86 billion, it has organic neurons. There are 86 billions. How many zeros are there in 86 in billion? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After you write 86, how many zeros make billion? 8. Right? So, this is what you have within yourself. We don't know. Either we use it too much or we misuse this too much. Right? Understand that you have that capacity. Whereas a silicon machine, those who are into AI, they know that sigmoid activation formula. The entire AI chips or the artificial intelligence works with this formula only, this binary formulation which is called sigmoid activation. Without this formula, AI will not be able to work. AI is built, like for example, this is more like this structure is built with certain material, construction material like cement, sand, iron rods, plaster and all those things. Similarly, AI is built on this sigmoid activation. The important thing is that human selective focus. Selective focus means what? You are on the road, I will give an example, and you see there is a garbage. Will you walk on that garbage? Right? You will identify a garbage, you will find that it's an obstacle and you try to avoid it and then walk. Now this is what is called selective process. In management terms, it is called that one word which is written in red, iteratively. What does it mean? It means doing something through repetitive cycles, iteration, right? To make incremental improvement, adjustment or progress toward the final goal. Rather than to complete a project, when you are in management school, usually there are a lot of classes which is conducted, how a project team works, right? How a marketing project or a management project or a finance project, you build up gradually with small bit, right? Similar way, your software also is built like that. The software is first built, it is tested to the targeted customer, they get the feedback, they improve upon it. You always get, updates of certain apps. It comes now, please update your, for example, you are using an app called Google, say, any app, for example, Uber, many of you know, it gives you a notification, an update is available. That means they try to improve upon it. That is called, is possible with this, with your mind.